Hi, this is Coach Mary Nawabi. I was inspired to talk about a story with a friend the other day, and we were discussing what is it that for some of us have such an amazing amount of confidence, while for others we just don't have the self-esteem or the self-belief or the confidence to feel good about who we are and to go after what we want. I remembered I was in fifth grade. I typically was never good with math. I was good with communication. Obviously, that's why I became a coach. But I was never good with math. I'm still till today not very good at math. I can get things done, but it's not my strongest suit. It's not my strong, unique ability. However, I grew up in Afghanistan, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for a lot of teachers. But some of the teachers in Afghanistan were just a little bit different style of teaching. They were very harsh. They would really put you down. You get physically abused by the teacher if you're not behaving. For some of you may connect with that, and for others you have no clue what I'm talking about. Anyways, in fifth grade, I remember I had the homework to get done the night before, and my mom and dad, they were not very good with math either. So some of the nights I had to go to the neighbor's house. There was one lady, she was studying engineering and she was really good with math. So I would always kind of go and knock on their door and see if she was home, that she could help me with my math homework. Some nights she would be home, other nights she would be coming home late from work or school, so I couldn't catch her. That night, I couldn't catch her, and I went to sleep, and I couldn't get my homework done, and I was very nervous. And you know, this yucky feeling you have that you can't get your homework done, you need help. I didn't have anybody, and in Afghanistan at school, we didn't have any tutoring system or help. You just had to get it done. Anyways, the next day I go to school, and my math teacher was one of those teachers. She had no compassion whatsoever. So she calls me up. She goes, come on the board and solve one of these problems from the homework. And I was just like, got sweaty palms, kind of, feeling not so good in your stomach. I go up there. Of course, I knew I couldn't solve it because I didn't do the homework. So I'm like, my back is towards everybody, and I'm just pretending that I'm trying to solve the problem, and couldn't even tell her I couldn't get it done because she wasn't going to hear it. It was just an excuse to her. And she goes, all right, well, you don't know how to solve it. Go in that corner, one leg down, one leg up. I was in fifth grade. If any of you could go back in fifth grade and connect with yourself, I'm sure you will remember that times were not so great. You're a teenager, you're just developing yourself, you're feeling very insecure about yourself already. This is the last thing you need to feel more insecure about yourself. Of course, I'm standing in front of everybody for the next 20 minutes, feeling very ashamed, feeling like I failed, and feeling horrible, and everybody's staring at you in the class, and this is your punishment. We may not realize that moments like that in our life, when somebody else is belittling you, bullying you, putting you down, making you feel horrible about yourself, could affect you in your future, in your adult life. I know that affected me in such a negative way because you kind of lose your self-esteem. I mean, what is the definition of confidence? Is the ability, the self-assurance about yourself. And when your reflection of you by your teachers, by your parents, by your peers, and by your coworkers, by your classmates, by your siblings, when someone bullies you, puts you down, it's going to affect you in a negative way no matter what, because that's all you have as your self-reflection by looking at others, what they think of you. And in my case, I lost my self-esteem, my confidence, because that moment, I always, when I go back and remember, it even today makes me kind of really feel yucky. But you know what? Thank God I had to realize that I needed to regain my self-esteem, because we're all born with the equal amount of opportunities. We all have the self-assurance, the self-esteem. You look at a child that is born, and 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-olds, they have the self-esteem, but they often look up to parents, teachers, and everybody around them for affirmations, for validation. And if that reflection is negative, I promise you it's going to affect you in such a negative way. How do I know this? I'm not just sharing this with you based on my own experience. In the last 5 years, I've coached about 8,000 coaching clients. And I guarantee you, when they come to the coaching call for the very first time, I know when I do my evaluation, their self-belief is at the bottom. They have so much self-doubt. And that's why they come to coaching, because they need somebody else to assure them, to give them the hand, the positive hand that they could do it. I want you to pause today and look in your life to see who is in your life supporting you in a positive way, because people have it very, very, very easy to find your mistakes, to find your weaknesses, especially people that are close to you. As a matter of fact, people that don't know you, they will never point fingers at you because they don't know you. People that are most close to us are the ones that kind of point finger at us and make us feel bad about who we are, because they're constantly pointing finger at our negative points, at our weaknesses. We all have weaknesses, but we also have strengths. But nobody really focuses on your unique abilities, all the positives that are about you. People find it very easy to point finger and tell you what you're doing wrong, including your spouse, your partner, people at work, friends, relatives. They're always pointing something negative about you. And I want you to recognize that is going to tarnish your self-esteem, your self-belief, and it's going to affect you at work, at home with your kids, with your spouse, with your partners, and the relationship you have with yourself, because everything starts with the self-belief and self-assurance that I can do this or go after something that you want. Statistics shows 9 out of 10 times people back away from an opportunity that was presented to them because they have the self-doubt. You know, they say fear is the #1 enemy in stopping people from progress. And self-doubt is the #2. Wherever you find fear, you're going to find its brother, and that's self-doubt. I want you to pay attention and look at it to see who's pointing fingers at you and who's telling you you're no good. I want you to put a stop to it, because it's not going to help you. It starts with you, and you have to recognize that. Of course, some people, their ego will get in the way and they say, I have enough self-confidence, but I promise you, if you want something in life and you're not going after it, it's because you have self-doubt. And I'm going to provide you with some additional information on 7 steps how you can regain your confidence and your self-esteem after an event, a failure, something that happened to you. Maybe you lost a job, maybe you lost a relationship, maybe something happened to you, because at those moments, we mostly lose our self-esteem. And if you have a story to share, please share your story here with me or send me a private message. And if you think someone could benefit from this video, please pay it forward. Till next time, thank you and happy holidays.